The WNBA just handed out a technical foul that could end Caitlin Clark's season, and nobody in that league office wants to talk about why. Stick with me for the next few minutes because what I'm about to break down isn't just one bad call. It's a pattern. A coach who keeps benching her own franchise player at the worst possible moments, a rival who's been getting away with dirty plays for years, and a league office that seems to be looking the other way every single time Caitlin Clark is the one getting hurt. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why so many fans are furious right now. And if you think this is a stretch, wait until you hear the full story. Welcome back to WNBA Analysis. Let's get into it. Look, I make these videos because I love this league and I love what women's basketball has become over the past 2 years. That's exactly why it's so frustrating to watch moments like this one slip by without real accountability. This channel exists to call that stuff out, honestly, without spin, no matter who it upsets. If this video meant something to you, if you're as tired as I am of watching this play out, do me a favor. Hit subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel keep growing, and it lets me keep making the videos that hold this league accountable instead of just going along with the narrative it wants told. Drop a comment and tell me what you think really happened in that game. I read every single one and I want to know if you agree. The setup. Let's rewind to Indiana's matchup against Chicago. On paper, this should have been a blowout. Caitlin Clark put together one of her better stat lines of the season. North of 25 points, double-digit assists, efficient shooting from deep. This is the kind of performance that, on most nights, ends a game by the third quarter. Instead, it turned into a nail-biter. And when you actually watch how it unfolded, you start to realize the final score had less to do with Chicago's defense and a lot more to do with decisions made on Indiana's own bench. Here's the pattern that's been building for weeks now. Late in quarters, the exact stretches where a team needs its best scorer and playmaker on the floor, head coach Stephanie White has repeatedly pulled Clark to the bench. Not once. Not as a one-off rest. Consistently, game after game. And when Clark comes back in, she's often surrounded by a lineup that barely shares the floor with her during the rest of the game, deep bench players with little chemistry, little rhythm, and none of the established sets that make Indiana's offense actually function. Watch her body language in those stretches. The frustration is visible. You don't need to be a basketball analyst to see a player who knows she's being set up to fail. Now, is this incompetence? Is it an attempt at load management that's gone too far? Or is it something else? A coaching staff uncomfortable with just how much the offense now runs through one 23-year-old? Reasonable people disagree on the answer. But the pattern itself isn't up for debate. It's on tape night after night. Then there's the Aliyah Boston situation, which adds another layer nobody wants to say out loud. Boston was the #1 pick in 2023, the Rookie of the Year, the undisputed face of the franchise, before Clark arrived and the entire basketball world's attention shifted overnight. On the court now, you can see moments where feeds that should be simple, handoffs, entry passes, straightforward reads, just aren't happening. Boston finished this particular game with only 10 points, well below what an efficient two-player pairing should produce with a passer like Clark on the floor. Is this deliberate? Is it just two players still figuring out chemistry a season in? I'll let you be the judge, but the numbers and the lack of easy buckets speak for themselves. Now here's the moment that lit the internet on fire. Late in the fourth quarter, Clark drove to the rim and got hit, not once but twice on the same drive. No whistle either time. Then, on the exact same sequence, officials called a technical foul on Clark. A call that, under league rules, puts her one infraction away from an automatic suspension for Indiana's next game. Fans, analysts, and even outside commentators erupted. The general reaction: how does a player get fouled twice with no call and then get penalized for the non-call? It's the kind of officiating inconsistency that fuels every argument about whether this league is actually protecting its biggest draw, or actively working against her. And this is where things get uglier. In the same game, DiJonai Carrington was involved in a play with Sophie Cunningham that a lot of fans immediately flagged as dirty, contact that looked far more physical and deliberate than a normal basketball play, well outside a clean attempt at the ball. Here's the thing, this isn't Carrington's first incident. Over the past couple of seasons, she's been at the center of several physical, borderline dangerous plays against multiple opponents, plays that typically drew a minor fine or a short suspension, if any punishment at all. Fans have been asking for a while now why the league's disciplinary response to Carrington never seems to match the severity of what's on tape. Following the game, the controversy escalated further online, when Carrington since deleted social posts framed the backlash as being rooted in race rather than the play itself. a claim that only added more fuel to an already heated conversation. To be clear, this is a genuinely contested and sensitive topic, and reasonable people land in very different places on it. What's not in dispute is that the play itself, and the league's track record of handling similar incidents, is exactly why so many fans feel like accountability in this league is applied unevenly. Zoom out for a second because none of this happens in a vacuum. Caitlin Clark isn't just another player, she's driving numbers this league has never seen. Her games are pulling in viewership multiples above the league average. She's selling out arenas in cities that historically ignored the WNBA. Merchandise, ratings, social engagement, all of it is up and up dramatically wherever she plays. And yet, at almost every turn this season, something seems to work against that momentum. Inconsistent officiating. Coaching decisions that limit her impact in winnable games. Minimal consequences for players who target her or her teammates. If the WNBA genuinely wants to capitalize on this moment, on the biggest attention surge the league has ever had, these are the exact problems it can't afford to keep ignoring. Look, I make these videos because I love this league and I love what women's basketball has become over the past 2 years. That's exactly why it's so frustrating to watch moments like this one slip by without real accountability. This channel exists to call that stuff out, honestly, without spin, no matter who it upsets. If this video meant something to you, if you're as tired as I am of watching this play out, do me a favor. Hit subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel keep growing, and it lets me keep making the videos that hold this league accountable instead of just going along with the narrative it once told. Drop a comment and tell me what you think really happened in that game. I read every single one and I want to know if you agree. This has been WNBA Analysis. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.